Good morning. It's great to be here with you, and it's great to be back home. As I said, as I was flying in this morning, coming in from Chicago, and we flew in from the north, and the farm I grew up on is literally 1.5 miles north of here, and we flew right over the old farm place. And it brought back a lot of memories. And it's great to have my mom here sitting in the front row, and my sister Jana, and my brother Harlan, and their families. And then a bunch of my high school friends are here, and a few of my high school teachers as well. No questions to them, please. But it's great to be back here, and really an honor to join you for this event. And also really an honor to have Governor Reynolds here with us. And I can't say enough about what a great partner she is, great leader, both for the state of Iowa, but what she's doing at the national level as well. She's a great influence, and she set a great pro-business agenda here in Iowa as well. And I can tell you the Boeing company appreciates that. Our supply chain here appreciates it. And she has a real passion for building talent, the workforce for the future, right here in Iowa. And that is a great effort. She's also a fellow Iowa State Cyclone. Another good thing. But really honored to have you here today, ma'am. So thank you. Thank you for being here. With that, what I would like to do today is just share with you a few short perspectives on the Boeing company and what we do, and connect it here locally, as we do have supply chain members as part of our broad Boeing enterprise right here in Sioux County. And then talk a little bit about the airport, what it means to us, and maybe connect it back a little bit to my roots here in Iowa. So to kind of get into that, I have a short video that we wanted to show this morning. It's maybe a minute long. It'll show a little bit of what we do at the Boeing company. And I think we're going to project it up on the wall back here. Is that the idea? So for my teammates here on stage, you might want to stand so you can kind of see it there. If we could play the video, please. Do we have audio to go with it? It's a lot better when it has audio. All right, may I just look at the photos? All right, you saw just a glimpse of it there. It is, believe me, it's a little more impressive when you hear the rocket engines rumbling. But still, it gives you a little sense of it. You saw that little tagline at the end there, the future is built here. That's our Boeing branded line. But I can say, just seeing the airport here today, and the turnout here, you can tell that the future is being built here in Sioux County as well. So I want to congratulate all of you for a great event and a great turnout here today. I'm hoping many of you are familiar with Boeing, but just to give you a little bit of background on our company. Of course, Boeing commercial airplanes are very famous. We're the largest builder of commercial airplanes in the world. This year we'll build more than 800 large commercial aircraft, which is an all-time record. And today, around the world, about 12,000 Boeing commercial airplanes are in the air, serving customers worldwide. Last year, a little more than 2 billion people flew on Boeing commercial airplanes. In addition to that, we have a big defense and military business in relatively nearby St. Louis. We build fighter aircraft, we build tankers, we build rockets, we build spacecraft. We have more satellites on orbit today than any other company. So those of you that use satellite-based communications, we build those machines. And we're also building a rocket right now that's going to take humans to Mars. And it's a program called the Space Launch System that we're doing jointly with NASA. And big space priority for our country. That rocket is about 38 stories tall. It has the thrust that's about 50% greater than the Saturn V rocket that took the Apollo astronauts to the moon. And we have test launch of that next year. And that is the rocket that will take the U.S. back to the moon. We're going to set a permanent base on the moon. We're going to set up a gateway orbit around the moon, and that'll be the launch point to go to Mars. And the first person that sets foot on Mars is going to get there on this Boeing-made rocket. So, that's the kind of thing we do. And to do that, right, we need great people and great talent around the world. And that's why I'm so proud of my connection, my roots here in the education system and what Iowa does to invest in people and invest in talent. Today we have 35 companies in our supply chain that are based here in the state of Iowa. We have one that's very nearby in the nearby Orange City here, AIM Aerospace. They build advanced composite materials, lightweight materials for our commercial airplanes. That includes the 787 Dreamliner. How many of you have had a chance to fly on a 787 Dreamliner? I see a few hands out there. It's our most advanced twin-engine commercial airplane, worldwide range capability, and it's an airplane that's changing and connecting the world, connecting city pairs that have never been connected before. We're also working on a new, even larger twin-engine jet called the 777X, and AIM Aerospace locally here is also building parts for that airplane. We'll start the flight test on that airplane next year, and it will enter service in 2020, so just around the corner. So just to give you an example, there is a lot of advanced aerospace work happening right here in Sioux County, and it's building on that great talent that you all are developing and building over time. So you ought to be really proud of that. And I'm convinced that this airport is only going to add to that economic energy. It's only going to add to that growth. This is a great investment for the future, as you've all heard previously. So you ought to be really, really proud of that. This is a big enabler. I think the fact that this is such an economic growth engine connects me back to the name of this place when I was growing up. This is probably a familiar name, but when I was growing up on the farm nearby here, this was known as the $1 Million Corner. Remember that? I see a few. All right, well, it's more than $1 million now. But great investment for the future. And you know, when I think about that, and certainly I'm proud and honored to work for the Boeing company today, but my roots go back to being in Iowa. And as I said, I had the chance to grow up here locally. I went to Sioux Center High School. Graduated from there in 1982. I saw a few of my class of 82 teammates out here this morning, which was great to see. And I had an opportunity to go off to Iowa State to pursue my engineering degree. As a junior at Iowa State, as I was getting my aerospace engineering degree, I got a call from Boeing to do a summer internship in Seattle. And so I loaded up my 1982 Monte Carlo and drove from Sioux Center to Seattle. It was the first time I saw the Rocky Mountains. It was the first time when I got to Seattle that I saw the ocean in the area there. And I spent a summer in Seattle and loved working for Boeing, and ended up getting a full-time position there coming out of Iowa State. And I still remember my dad, who is no longer with us, but if he was here, he would remind us of the investment that he made and encouraged us to pursue our dreams. And I can still remember when I started working for Boeing. I started as an engineer, as an engineering intern, believe it or not. 33 years ago, I was an intern at Boeing. Somehow I got into this position. But as an engineer, I still remember I talked to my mom and dad, call them from Seattle periodically and check in. And my dad used to ask me what I was doing, how it was going. And I described to him what I was doing as an engineer, and designing airplanes and testing. And he understood that, and he kind of liked it. It was different than farm work, but he enjoyed it. And then as I got to more management and executive positions, the nature of my job changed. But he would still ask me, what are you working on? How's it going? And I would describe to him what I did as an executive. And then he would say, well, what do you actually do? And those of you that know him can hear him saying that, right? But it always reminded me to stay grounded and connect to the values we have. And that's really what it's about. I grew up learning the value of integrity, hard work, community, partnership. The partnership here is fantastic. You think about Sioux Center, Orange City, Sioux County, the FAA, the DOT, state of Iowa, all working together to make this happen. This is a place where we learn about partnership and community. It's a place where we learn about integrity and hard work. And no matter where you are in the world, that applies, that works. And in my position today at Boeing, I still treasure the values that I learned from my parents and the values I learned from this community growing up. So thank you. It's an honor to be here with you today. Congratulations on this big milestone. And I can tell you I'm going to be a frequent user of this airport because this is a lot closer to my home than flying into Sioux City or somewhere else. So I'm going to be one of the frequent users of this new airport. So thank you all again for being here. It's an honor to join you, and congratulations on this big milestone. Thanks.